Hello you guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're not new here, like I said, welcome back. I'm Serena if you are new here, and I mess up my intros every single time I start a video. Anyway, welcome to a weekly vlog. I just left the gym. I decided to be a little bit bold and wear a bookish t-shirt to the gym to see if any of the girlies are also book people to just talk about books with. So I wore my Windy City series t-shirt. If you see this t-shirt in like 4 videos in a row, it's truly because I filmed them all on the same day. I just love this t-shirt. Had a lot of filming to do today, and I said I'll just wear it in all of them. That's it. So like I said, I just left the gym. This is my first day back to the gym in a very long time. I would say since, I think my last workout was May 12th and today's June 2nd. So it's probably been about 3 weeks. Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks. And I just missed it. This workout felt good. It was hard, but it felt good. And I'm ready to just be my active self again. There's just been a lot going on the last couple of weeks between travel, work, bit of grief. And now I'm just kind of like trying to get back on my feet again here. So, welcome back to the weekly vlog. I also picked up lunch. I picked up a like pre-made meal. It's from Vivo Fit. It's kind of like Redefined meals, or kind of like Factor, I guess. I don't know. I've never really had a Factor meal, but I've seen the commercials. So it's just like barbecue chicken and mac and cheese. The macros are good on it. So I said, sure, that'll be my lunch today because I gotta run home, and get right back into work because my workouts take about 45 minutes. And then with the drive to and from the gym, that's my hour break. And I took a bit of a later break today because, I don't know, it was just like busy this morning with work. So I didn't take my lunch break till about 1:15, and it is about 2 o'clock now. So gotta get back home. And then this weekly vlog, we will be reading Binding 13, maybe the second one. I don't know the title off the top of my head. And potentially a different audiobook, probably 9-month contract, or 9 month, is it 9 month? Yeah, 9-month contract by Amy Dawes. I think that's the next one we're gonna listen to. I don't know if we're gonna read both Binding 13 and then the second book in this one. We might do a Boys Atomin book a week. I don't know. I still have to decide how I'm gonna do that reading vlog. Depends on how much content I get. I don't want to make them super long, but I also don't want to make them like super short either. So that is the update. I'm gonna head home because I am rather hungry, and I do have to get situated for work, wrap some things up before the end of the day, and then we have a fun night tonight. We got a movie night, a walk, making pizzas. It's gonna be great. We're back with some more book mail. Hold on. Oh yeah, I forgot I requested this. So if you watched last weekly vlog, you'll know that I received a ton of publisher book mail. So this must be the last of it. My Favorite Holiday by Lauren Blakely. This comes out in October, so October 7th. Won't be reading this yet. Certainly not in the holiday mood yet, although it's been cold here. So could read it, but it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't come out to October. So I'll be reading this probably either in September or the first week in October. So that way I can give you guys my thoughts and opinions on it before it comes out, to get into the early holiday spirit. So shout out to Atria for literally so much book mail this week. It's all from them, but they also just requested us to send in everything that we wanted from their galleys and, you know, like whatever was available for May. Yeah, I think it was May or June, whatever was available. I don't know, to send out for the month. I have not really read much more of anything today. Work has been rather busy. Sometimes if I have like mundane tasks, I'll throw on an audiobook, but today was not one of those days. So I haven't listened to anything, but now I need to get ready to go out. So I will be listening to my audiobook while I get ready to go out. I just have to figure out what I want to wear and hop in the shower and then get out of here and go. I'm gonna go for a walk, so we'll be listening to my audiobook. What else? What else is going on tonight? We're making pizzas. I think I said that earlier. And watching a movie of some sort. Some Pixar movie. Dan and I are trying to go through all of the Pixar movies. So I think we'll do like Finding Nemo, maybe. I don't know. We gotta go through the list and see what's available. Hello, weekly vlog. I haven't talked to you guys in a couple days. I am making some good progress with Binding 13. It's slower progress though. I thought I was gonna be about halfway done with this book at this point, but this week is just turning out to be much busier than I thought it was going to be. So I need to kind of pick up the pace and stop putting so much pressure on myself to finish a book in a certain amount of time. So that's my update. I'm about 50 pages in. My bookmark is actually not in the right spot right now. Yeah, I'm about 50 pages into Binding 13. I decided that I am not going to tab this series because it's panning out that I'm listening to it more often than not. Reading and audiobook time mainly has been in the car. So I'm not gonna sit there and like try to put bookmarks on each like time I hear a good quote. We're just gonna kind of go with it. And so far I'm really enjoying it. So far I've met Chloe, Lizzie, Shannon, obviously, Johnny, Gibbsy, and there's a couple other boys. I feel like we just met the whole team of rugby players at once. So I don't remember all of their names just yet, but I remember Gibbsy being talked about a lot on Instagram and TikTok, and then there's Johnny, and I think there's one other guy that gets talked about a lot, but I don't remember his name right now. So I'm actually going to go read this now. I do have it on my Kindle, so I'm going to be doing some Kindle reading while I eat lunch, brunch, breakfast, lunch. I'm going to start my lunch break, so get some good reading done. I think I'm going to go for a walk too. Have a quick lunch, go for a walk, and listen to this and read it, and then listen to more of it later tonight. Hello you guys. I got a new camera lens, so I'm trying to get used to like where to stand. I feel like I'm so far from the camera, but I have book mail. Genuinely don't know what either of these are. I have no idea. So let's start with HarperCollins. This one is probably a hardcover. Yeah, it's definitely a hardcover. I don't know what this is. I love a good surprise though. Okay, we have sprayed edges. Oh, it is a finished copy of The Poppy Fields. I'm gonna just put that on the floor. By Nikki Ehrlich. This cover is stunning. Absolutely stunning. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's got like foil on it. And the edges are like this maroon. Oh, goodness. This is so pretty. I love the colors. So we have a little like newsprint. She wrote The Measure. If you're like, who is this girl? I loved The Measure. This goes on sale June 17th. Oh, I'm so excited. The inside is so pretty. It's got this like gold detailing. And then, let me see if I can balance all of this. Put that there for now. And then like, this is the inside cover. Stunning. Oh, I'm so excited to read this. I loved The Measure, which is the first book that I read by her, and I had posted that I loved it. And then she reached out to me asking if I wanted a copy, and I said yes, absolutely, like hello. So shout out to, this is actually from the William Morrow imprint. So shout out to HarperCollins, William Morrow. Thank you so much for the finished copy, because I did receive an ARC. haven't read the arc yet, but it is on my list of arcs to read and review. So I'm excited now to have the finished copy because those edges are just stunning. I don't think every book should have sprayed edges, but when it's tastefully done, that looks nice. All right, this next one is from Penguin Random House, which I like am confused because I know like I sent them an email about people pleasing and I did receive that, but I didn't get accepted into the Dell Romance program. So I was like, okay, more book mail from them. That's odd. So I don't know what this is. You don't know. Oh, yes. Okay. So this is The Last Illusion of Paige White. And I was invited to go to an event where the author was going to be there, but I'm working. Like, the event starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I said, I can't really get off of work. So they sent me a copy to read. I think it's a thriller. I think. I'm almost positive it's a thriller. Yeah, compelling, haunting, and beautifully written is one of the quotes on the back of here. So I am excited to read this. I don't really know what it's about, but here's the cover. I would have loved to have gone to the event, but alas, I am working and I can't really get off of work. That's just been too busy. And I have a lot of days off coming up this summer. So that is my book mail. I don't really have a reading update for you guys. I am still reading Binding 13. I'm on chapter like 17 or 18, I think. I'm about a quarter of the way through it at this point. Do I have any other thoughts other than Shannon and Johnny are just getting to know each other? No. I think Shannon's about to get into a lot of trouble because of some circumstances of her not doing what she's supposed to be doing, according to like her dad. I just dropped that. I just feel really bad for her and her family life. Like really, really bad. So I'm curious to see how that plays out and that whole dynamic. But I'm gonna read some more now. I just got home actually. I've been out since 1 o'clock because I went into the office today. I went in around 1 and then I had Bible study and now I'm here. And I just was like, I need to be home. Normally I stay at Bible study much later, but with everything going on, I've just kind of been like, I want to be home and comfortable and cozy. So I'm home. I'm just gonna chill, read, and then go to bed because I need sleep. Good morning, you guys. Happy Friday. I'm so excited that it's Friday. You have no idea. I am still deciding whether I like this new lens or not. I feel like I am very far from my camera, but I'm really not. I'm not. It's probably like, I don't know, 2 feet. I don't know if you guys can like imagine that, but I think I like it. I know I really like the pictures. As far as videos go, I haven't decided. I'm gonna have to edit with it and see how I like it. I was saying last night when I put it together and was testing it, it's big. It's a big lens, and traveling with it, like this is not a lens that I would like vlog out in the street with. It's definitely more of a home sitting, can have it supported by like a good makeshift tripod or like an actual tripod. Right now you guys are sitting on top of a tissue box, so it's definitely like side heavy, I guess. Like it's lens heavy. I could see the camera just like toppling forward, but it's not. It's in a good spot right now. I think my Kobo restarted overnight because when I woke up it was like on the library page, so I have to see. And now all of a sudden I have 2 copies of Binding 13 on here. So I have like the red cover and also the typical like black one. I guess that's typical. I mean, maybe it's a US and European one. I'm not 100% sure. I'm so confused. So I just want to go open the red cover and it says buy now or read preview. So weird. Maybe it updated. So I'm just going to remove it from my books. I'm gonna try that and open up this version. Okay, I think that's just what happened. I think because I didn't realize my Libby and my Overdrive weren't linked, I think it just got confused. So now I have to put myself in the right spot in this book, I guess I lost my highlights, which is fine because I have the physical book and I'm annotating and tabbing that. I know I've been going back and forth about whether to tab it or not to tab it and annotate it, not to annotate it. I am tabbing it. It feels right. After I did Fearless, I was like, no, I need to keep going with this. This just feels right. So let me pull up Audible. But this isn't right either because I'm not on chapter 18. Actually, I'm on chapter 19, I think. Yeah, I'm on chapter 19. All right, so that's not too far off because I remember last night seeing how many pages were left in chapter 19 and my eyes were like shut. So I said, I'll just save that for another day. But I'm on chapter 19. I'm 32% into this book. I've been putting majority of my in-depth thoughts and character assumptions in the specific reading vlog for this book. So, no, that still doesn't make any sense. I was gonna say, I remember what happened here. Like, I was gonna buy Binding 13 and put it on here, but then I saw that my library had it available for like immediate checkout. So I said, let me get it from the library. I have it on my Kindle as Kindle Unlimited, but obviously I can only read it on my Kindle. I've been enjoying reading on this a lot. Now that I figured out, wait, did I tell you guys? Oh my gosh, okay, let me finish one thought at a time. So I wanted to read it on here, so that's why I got it from the library. Realized that once I factory reset this, because I had a problem with it, I didn't link my library card back. So I linked my library card back, was able to check out a book, and now we're here. So the reason why I had to factory reset this is because I was having this really crazy problem. There's a piece of dust like in the screen. Okay. I was having this really crazy problem with my Kobo since putting a clear case on it. I have another case that has the cover that you like flip on and off, and it was working great and I loved it. I was telling you guys like I got a Kobo, like this is great, whatever. So then I was like, but I want a clear case because it is kind of annoying to have the flapping. I didn't have a case that had a magnetic back on it. So there's a magnet outside of this magnet built into the Kobo device. I learned a lot about the Kobo in the last week and a half, you guys. Still recommend it, still love it, but this is a very niche issue to have, and it took me scouring Reddit to figure it out. So I'm telling you guys, and I hope this knowledge spreads to other Kobo users. So everybody does, and I love it because I can interchange them all the time. The MagSafe pop sockets, you can make them yourself with a regular pop socket, or you can just purchase already a MagSafe. I do this with all of my e-readers because I like to interchange my pop sockets. I also don't always want a pop socket because sometimes it bothers my fingers after a while, but I do like having it on here while I read. So as soon as I put this setup together, I started having issues with the power button. The power button would not wake up the device at all. I knew I was able to wake it up with the page turner buttons here, but I turned that feature off because I do just throw this in my bag and the buttons would activate, like, and then mess up where I was in the book if something hit into it while it was in my bag. So I only use the power button. So now watch. I go to press the power button, nothing happens. I just pressed it like 5 times. The screen is still like this, and I have my pop socket on here. So I was asking Kobo support. I was like, what is going on? They were like, we're gonna do a manual reset, like that'll fix your problem. I said, okay, great, whatever. So then I thought it did fix the problem, but it turns out when I was doing the reset, I didn't have my pop socket on. So now let's take the pop socket off, right? As soon as I took the pop socket off, it unlocks. And then I can press the power button and it goes back to sleep. So the theory on Reddit, and the theory that I'm coming to the conclusion of, is that there's a magnet right here somewhere that this magnet is throwing it off. So when I have this on, the device is like, no, we're in this one setting and that's it. We're either on and we're reading, or we're sleeping, and there's no in between. So it took me forever to figure that out, but that is what's going on. So this is just a heads up that if you do a magnetic pop socket and you find that your device is not getting out of sleep mode or you can't lock it, it's because of this magnet. So what I've been doing, it's a bit of a workaround. This doesn't deter me from using the device by any means. It's just interesting to me. Now I know. I unlock it, I'm on my page, and I put my pop socket on and I'm good to read. I can still use the page turners, so I can use those, that still works. But now with the pop socket on, I'm pressing the power button and it's not going back to sleep. So I just take it off, put it to sleep, and then put the pop socket back on. So that was an interesting find. It took me scouring Reddit, and then somebody else had the same problem. So I said, wait a second, that's my problem. My problem too. But I'm loving reading on this. Despite that fun little like thing with this magnet, and I mean, I could just solve this by not using a magnetic pop socket, but I really like this pop socket, so I move it around to this and my Kindle all the time. Despite that one workaround, I love reading on this. I just love how it fits in my hand, and the color and the analytics that you get from it, how much time it thinks you have left in the book, the chapter, how long it took you to read the chapter. On the home, like the sleep mode, tells you how long you have left in the book, like all of these stats here. I don't know, it's been great. I'm loving reading on it. I'm loving that I can just take library books out on this. I don't have to go through Libby if I don't want to. But by default, I'm still getting used to that workflow. So I do still go to Libby, still check out the book from there, and then it just drops into my Kobo once I do a little sync to it. So that's my Kobo update. I know I think I got this device now 3 weeks ago. When did that vlog go live? I could tell you, based around when the vlog went live, that's when I got this. I think it was early May. Okay, so 3 weeks ago is when the vlog went live, which means I probably got this about a month ago or about 3.5 weeks ago, and I'm obsessed. I love it. I'm going to this and picking this up. Ooh, I almost just flung it. Picking this up more than I would pick up my Kindle, to be quite honest with you. I'm still holding on to my Kindle Paperwhite. I do love my Kindle Paperwhite for different reasons, and I love Kindle Unlimited, so I will be using my Kindle for those things, and there are still some ARCs that are only available on Kindle, and previous ARCs that I've downloaded only go to my Kindle at this point because you can't download them anymore from NetGalley. So going forward though, I think NetGalley has it set up that you can actually download ARCs to your Kobo. I have a couple downloaded because they were available to download to my Kobo, but some of them were not. But I think publishers going forward are working on the files to have them sent to your Kobo, which is so exciting. I cannot wait to have all my ARCs on my Kobo. It's gonna be great. The last thing I want to do, and I'm gonna do it this weekend, is create collections in my Kobo of like my monthly TBR. Even though a lot of the books I'm reading on my Kobo right now are library books, I still like to have that organization. And then I could always just delete the collection when the month is over, which is probably what I'm gonna end up doing. On that note, I do not have time to do that this morning because I do have to start my workday, and unfortunately it is early in the morning, so I do have a full workday ahead of me, and I'm gonna try to get outside and go to the gym. Two separate activities. I'm gonna try to get outside, and I'm going to try to go to the gym today, and we're just gonna have a great day on purpose. So I am gonna get started on my workday. The quicker I can get through the workday, the quicker I can read and do my hobbies later and have a fun night. So I'll see you guys later, and hopefully on my lunch break we can read, maybe get outside. It'll be great. It's gonna be a great day. it's another mail day. Guys, I don't know if it's because I'm just vlogging more or if it's because I never realized how much mail I get from publishers. We have another 3 packages to open up today. This is not normal. I don't think this is normal. Simon & Schuster sent me a lot of mail recently. I can't, okay, I'm having a hard time opening this one. What is this? Oh, there we go. Okay, this is book 2 to Spark of the Everflame, I think. It is Glow of the Everflame. So this is book 2 now in paperback. It has a sprayed edges on it. That's fun. I haven't read book 1. I heard good things about book 1 though. So maybe I'll have to give this series a try. This fantasy, let me see if I can give you like a quick, I don't even know if I want to read the back because I haven't read book 1. And I don't want to have the plot spoiled. So this is book 2. I like the floppiness of the paperback though. Like, look at that flop. Good stuff. Was not expecting that. So that's pretty cool. Which one should we open next? One of them I think is Penguin, and one of them is another Simon & Schuster. So I think we're gonna just knock out the Atria ones. Oh yeah, I've been looking forward to this one. This one is called Town and Country, and it comes out in November. Very long time until this one comes out. I like a book that makes you think and has some drama. So I guess that's gonna be this one. Then, and it also looks pretty small, so it should be a quick read. This one says it's from PRH, which I guess is Penguin, Random House. I have no idea what this is. Oh, this is a finished copy of, I thought it was gonna have sprayed edges and I was gonna be like, why does everything have sprayed edges? This is a finished copy of As You Wish by Lisa Cross Smith. And this one's also like really floppy. I read, oh my gosh, what's the name of the book that she wrote? She originally published it with Grand Central. It takes place in France. I can see the cover in my head. It's like pink, but I don't remember. And I remember listening to the audiobook of it. And that book was 5 stars. It was so good. Now I can't remember the name of it. Something with a rose? Half Blown Rose. There we go. I think it was Half Blown Rose. That sounds right. Yeah, Half Blown Rose. So I've been looking forward to reading this one, As You Wish. And I think I have, okay, yeah, I have an early copy, but this is the finished copy now. So this one, they say be careful what you wish for. I'm just gonna read the quick thing on the back. For Lydia, Jenny, and Celine, au pairing in soul is the opportunity of a lifetime. Lydia wants nothing more than to transform into a leading lady. Jenny is determined to swear off love for a good 5,955 miles away from her ex, and Celine is convinced working in Korea will finally lead to her biological mother. So I love a little like women's fiction. That's what I think this is gonna be. And I'm excited to read it. I've been eyeing this one for a bit. It's been a while since I read just like a general like women's fiction or like general fiction. So I'm excited to dive into this. That is my book mail. We're like have a crazy amount of ARCs over here, and I'm very thankful for all the ARCs that I'm receiving and the finished copies. And I always make sure that when something like this happens where I get like the ARC and a finished copy, one always ends up in a little free library so that way somebody else can read it. And then I end up holding onto a copy. I'm debating whether to read or to edit. I really should edit though. This next weekly vlog that's about to go up from last week is an hour and 24 minutes long, which is great. It's just taking me forever to edit. And I'm at a point now where I did the rough cuts, then I did another round of like rougher cuts. So now I have to add music at this point, which requires me to still watch it. For the most part, watch the whole thing over again, see where I need to add music, and then I think it'll be done. I gotta make a thumbnail. That is the easy part, and then it'll go up. It was supposed to go up today. I don't think it's gonna go up today. I think it's looking more like tomorrow at some point. And I want to do a Instagram followers control my day vlog. So I gotta post a bunch of polls tonight. So that way everybody can vote tonight and tomorrow morning what I should do. I think that'll be fun. That's gonna be like a little bonus vlog that I'm gonna post on here. So let's go do all those things. And then I will see you guys later tonight while we're making some pizza. Hello, you guys. Good morning. Happy Saturday. We have a busy Saturday today, but I was able to start off slow-ish. I did do some work already this morning. I got up around like 6:15, laid here for like 10-15 minutes and was like, I don't want to get up. And then I finally did get up. And I made some coffee because today I am filming my Instagram followers dictate what I do today vlog. So I posted a whole bunch of polls last night and we're starting off strong today with coffee. One of the votes was either coffee or matcha. So I was not surprised to see coffee won, but matcha did come in close. It did come in close. And I did say in that intro that if by this afternoon matcha takes the lead, I will make a matcha. But for today, we are having coffee. I've only taken a couple sips out of it so far, so it's just hanging out with me. And the next thing that I will be doing is reading, because I was working on last week's weekly vlog, waiting for that to export. It's gonna take like probably the next half hour to export, and I can't work on anything else while it exports. I Googled it because I wanted to start editing this vlog already, but according to Google and the experts over at Apple, they say, don't. Just let it export, let it do its thing, depending on your computer and the power. I mean, I do have a MacBook Pro, so I feel like it could handle it, but I don't know. I've been having some issues with Final Cut Pro and my footage in it, so I said, you know what? Just let it do its thing, and I'll read while it does that. That's totally and completely fine. So, speaking of reading, the next poll that I posted was, am I reading on my Kobo or am I reading the physical book? And so many of you voted the physical book. I didn't mention that I was reading Binding 13. I just kind of said Kobo or physical, and y'all said physical. I'm very interested if I switched out the Kobo for a Kindle. Would y'all have voted Kindle or physical book? That's what I'm wondering. So I will be reading the physical book. I'm gonna probably end up picking this up at some point, because when I'm out, I like to have the e-reader. I don't love bringing like a physical book with me, but I gotta do what the vote says, and the vote says physical book. So majority of today I'll be reading through this. I have to add like 1 or 2 more tabs, and then my tabs will be up to date. As you can see, I did decide to tab this book. I know I was going back and forth about whether to tab it or not. I am going to tab it. So far it's been good. If you want my full in-depth thoughts about the plot, about the characters, there's going to be a reading vlog for this whole series. I think I'm going to end up doing, I'll probably end up doing 1 book per vlog. I don't think I'm going to do 2 books in a vlog. I think it's just, the video's going to be too long. Maybe you just want to watch me read the first book. Maybe you just want to watch me read the most current book, which is releasing 10. So we're going to have this series for a while. Probably the next 6 or 7 weeks I'll be reading Boys Atomic. It'll be less than that, but you guys will get a vlog once a week. So that's exciting and fun. And I have some bonus videos planned, so there's going to be other videos aside from Binding 13, Boys Atomic, and obviously you'll get the weekly vlogs. I'm going to go read. We're at a whopping 6% on this export. It's going to be great. Oh, also, I moved my pop socket ring for the MagSafe, and now I don't have a problem. So it must have been that specific spot that I had the magnet was causing a problem. So now I moved it down a little bit because it was more comfortable in my hand. So now it's fine. So we're all good. All right, enough yapping. Let's read. Let's get some pages in. And I will see you guys when it's time to get ready and go out. Hello friends, happy Monday. I didn't get to talk to you all at all this weekend. I don't think. No, we didn't talk in this video, but you will have seen my Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday where we did a whole day spent together because I had Instagram vote on what I was gonna do that day. So that day is a whole separate video. If you haven't seen that yet, go check that out. Because it is Monday at this point, I think this video has gone on for what to me feels like 2 weeks. but I think for you guys watching this, you get about 7 days worth. We're gonna end this video here. A little bit more of a Binding 13 update. I know this isn't the reading vlog, but I still wanted to give you a reading update. I am 60% through this. I am about to start chapter 42, which I actually just started on my lunch break, which is what I'm doing right now. So on my lunch break, gonna do some reading, some editing. I am in an all-day meeting today, so my day is basically booked and busy in the corporate way, not in the booked and busy book way. So any couple of minutes I can get to read, I am very happy to pick up a book and read and not be staring at a bright computer screen. So gonna be doing this. I do have to do some editing though, because I'm trying to get ahead. I have a couple of busy weeks coming up, so I'm really trying to be proactive. I usually do my editing like the day before or like 2 days before, but I'm really trying now to be intentional and to get more content out. So I hope you guys are enjoying having more content, different things outside of the weekly vlog. Like, you know, y'all chose what I did for the day, and now you're gonna get a reading vlog for this book. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. I'm trying to be more proactive with different ideas instead of just doing the same like weekly vlog over and over and over again, although my weeks do look very different. If you watch them consistently, you'll see my weeks do look very different. Now, finally, update with this book. I am, like I said, 60% through it. At this point, Johnny is infatuated with Shannon, and he is just so sweet. He is like my caretaker. I've nominated him as the official caretaker of everybody in this book. He's very much so like, touch her and you'll die, even if we are just gonna be friends for the rest of our lives. He also is slowly but surely coming to terms with something that he's struggling with in this book, and we get a lot of insight into his brain and the way he thinks about what he has to deal with. And then I'm really enjoying learning more about Gibbsy. We get a lot of him. There's also Huey. We don't really see him too much, at least I haven't seen him up until this point. Just kind of like here and there when he's with a group of guys, but it's really been Gibbsy and Johnny. They've been the top two that we get to learn about because they are best friends, and Gibbsy does a lot to take care of Johnny also. He also knows more about Johnny than anybody else in this book. So I've been liking getting to see that dynamic. Shannon's older brother Joey has also been a prominent figure in this book, especially like in the parts that I'm at right now. And I really want to read his books. I was posting on my Instagram story that I needed Joey books because I've been really liking reading his part too, and he's been a prominent part since at least the parts that I've been reading as of lately. So I was like, I need a Joey book. Like, somebody please tell me that one of these books is about him. And it turns out books 3 and 4 are about him, which is very exciting. I kind of assumed that 1 and 2 were Johnny and Shannon, and then 3 and 4, what did I think they were gonna be? I thought they were gonna be Claire and Gibbsy, and then I thought 5 and 6 were both Lizzie and Huey, but I am wrong about that. So 1 and 2, I think, are Shannon and Johnny. 3 and 4 are her brother, Joey, and then 5 and 6 are Lizzie and Huey, or maybe 5 is Claire and Gibbsy and 6 is Lizzie and Huey. I don't know. I don't want to know. Nobody tell me besides telling me about Joey. I want to be surprised. I have not seen like any major spoilers about these books, but I do know like the character dynamics of them for the most part, and I do know that these books are very deep, graphic. There are some trigger warnings that you should check out that I would highly recommend checking out before you do dive into the series, and then you're like, oh my goodness, like nobody told me. So that's really all I know so far, but yeah, check those out. And then if, you know, you want to read along, you can read along. And then if not, you know, you could just skip these videos, and there goes my bookmark. So let me just stick my finger here so that way I have my page. And like I said before, I probably said it a couple of days ago, if you want my full in-depth thoughts on what I'm reading, I know I'm kind of being a little vague, check out the reading vlog for this book. It's going to come out after this weekly vlog, so because I'm not done with this book yet. Originally I had it scheduled to come out before, but it's going to come out after. So check that out if you want full in-depth thoughts, where I am in the plot. That's also going to be spoiler free, so you don't have to worry about getting any spoilers. And then if you're just like, well, I'm not really interested in you reading this series, just watch the weekly vlogs. I don't really talk about this book too much. I do think for the next weekly vlog, I'm going to be reading 2 books at once. I know for this one, I think I had said I wanted to read 2 books, but it just ended up being this. It was just a busy week, so I really didn't get to read as much as I would have liked. Like, when we started this vlog, it was, I think, June 2nd, and today is June 9th, and I read 364 pages in a week. That's usually on the lower side for me. I normally would average about 500 plus. Yeah, I would normally average about 500 plus. So I think I'm just intentionally taking this slow because I want to soak in the world, the characters, the setting, the plot, all of that stuff. And I'm just invested. So I'm okay with taking it slower. I'm gonna end this video here because like I said, it's probably been about 2 weeks at this point, but for you guys, it's been, actually no, it's been a week. It's officially been a week. It does feel longer because there were some days that I didn't talk to you all on here, but it has been a week at this point. So I'm gonna end it here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on post notifications. Don't forget to drink your water. All your reminders from me. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.